snowstorm.
Antarctica.
Ice scientists are penguins.
Antarctica, they're opening the abyss.
Yep. They're opening the abyss.
There's been sort of a lull in relevant Antarctica news, or at least ones that we felt compelled to comment on recently. But what do you got for us?
This is an update and some details here. SciTechDaily.com. Ernest Shackleton's ship Endurance, lost in 1915, found 10,000 feet below the ocean's surface in Antarctica. Remember, we reported on the excavation, or at least the expedition announcement, or just the launch of the expedition to go look for the Ernest Shackleton sunken boat. And
it took them like a week, and they found it.
They found it, and there's photos and all kinds of stuff. It's
Apparently
crazy.
It was not that hard to find.
No.
And it's a super cool boat. My gosh, you look at the pictures, like it is the classic sort of, late 18th, early 19th century sort of wooden, I don't know if it's a sailing ship or a steamship, probably, but got the big helm, it looks like something they would build in Disneyland or something.
Yeah, and it was preserved quite well here.
Right.
And it says here, the Falkland Maritime Heritage Trust is pleased to confirm that the Endurance 22 expedition has located the wreck of Endurance, Sir Ernest Shackleton's ship, which has not been seen since it was crushed by the ice and sank in the Weddell Sea in 1915. 100 years after Shackleton's death, Endurance was found at a depth of 3,008 meters, that's 9,869 feet, in the Weddell Sea within the search area defined by the expedition team before its departure from Cape Town, and approximately 4 miles south of the position originally recorded by Captain Worsley. The team worked from the South African Polar Research and Logistics Vessel, which, by the way, remember, part of the story was those stations around Antarctica, how they would become like these like pipeline funnels, to send goods or whatever to Antarctica or trade in and out of Antarctica. South Africa being one of those places. The team worked from the South African Polar Research and Logistics Vessel, owned by the Department of Forestry, Fisheries, and Environment, and under Master Captain Knowledge Bengu, using Saab Sabertooth hybrid underwater search vehicles.
Wow.
Yeah, the wreck is protected as a historic site and monument under the Antarctic Treaty, ensuring that whilst the wreck is being surveyed and filmed, it will not be touched or disturbed in any way. And again, very stunning photos of this wreckage here. Our objective for Endurance 22 were to locate, survey, and film the wreck, but also to conduct important scientific research and to run an exceptional outreach program. Today's celebrations are naturally tempered by world events, and everybody involved in Endurance 22 keeps those affected by these continuing shocking events in their thoughts and prayers. I'm assuming they're talking about the Russia-Ukraine thing. Mm-hmm. The spotlight falls today on Mensum Bound, the director of exploration, and Nico Vincent, subsea project manager. Just more stuff here.
Yeah. I wonder what they found. Why so many resources spent on finding this ship? And it seems like it wasn't that hard to find.
It didn't take them long.
Took them like a week to find it.
Yeah.
And why had it been so hard to find before? Maybe they're going to find some sort of. I mean, if this was a Hollywood movie, of course, the hero would be on this scientific vessel. They would find the ship. They'd send down a little robot. They'd pick up the Evercube or something that
right.
Sir Ernest had found.
Yeah.
That was somehow unstable and opening up portals, letting giant Antarctic spiders through the portal,
Sure.
and Nephilim penguins.
Yeah, it's where the Bermuda Triangle myth comes from. It's the technology.
Microplastics. Yes, yeah. It's somehow connected to ancient sort of Babylonian figures. But on that note, Gonz, just some facts about Ernest Shackleton.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was, one of the principal figures of the period known as the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, which is a fun Wikipedia page to scoot around on. There was, let's see here, during the Nimrod expedition.
Wow. He was on a Nimrod
expedition of 1907 to 1909. He and 3 companions established a new record, farthest south latitude at 88 degrees south. Only 97 geographical miles from the South Pole. The largest advance to the pole in exploration history. Also, members of his team climbed Mount Erebus and et cetera, et cetera. But it was like, let's see, the very next, after the Nimrod expedition, it was the very next expedition he went on.
Was it Antarctica?
Well,
Endurance
he was
22?
always going to. It was Endurance, right?
Or Endurance, not 22.
Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition, 1904. Disaster struck. 1914. Disaster struck his expedition when its ship Endurance became trapped in pack ice. It was a sailboat, big old sailboat, and was slowly crushed before the shore parties could be landed. The crew escaped by camping on the sea ice until it disintegrated, then by launching the lifeboats to reach Elephant Island and ultimately South Georgia Island. A stormy ocean voyage of 720 nautical miles. And, guess how many kilometers 720 nautical miles is? 330. So 1330 kilometers.
Yes.
And so sounds like sounds like some. I think the Evercube, the sort of elemental icy Evercube that they found on their Nimrod expedition.
Yeah, certainly. Let's see. It must be some kind of weaponry that from Nimrod's era, or maybe an object of some kind. It's probably not his DNA. They found that back in
some sort of Babylonian magician's crystalline goblet that
the tablets of destiny.
Yeah, something like that. And if your toaster comes in contact with it, your toaster becomes sentient and can take any robotic form it wants. Yep, It's all coming together, Gonz.
Yeah, it's all double. That's definitely true.
It's all coming together.